OxFit Podcast, episode 8. Can't believe we're already at 8. And this week, 8's your favorite number?
It is. It was my number in college for volleyball.
Okay, sweet. Now I'm trying to remember what my number was. I was 15 for a while, 11 for a while. In college, I think I was still 11 in college, but I don't have a favorite number. But anyway, Whitney,
Yes.
you're my guest today.
Yeah.
You are the newest member to the OxFit team. Do you have a nickname?
No, not like formally. I think if anyone calls me anything, it's Wit.
Wit? Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the only one.
Okay, so just short. Wit. Yeah, I like that. All right, so Wit. Coach Wit, tell us who you are.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Atlanta native, which is kind of rare these days. Grew up in Decatur, went to high school up by Perimeter Mall, and I've been coaching since 2020 and been doing CrossFit since 2013. So
Okay.
long time lover of functional fitness, and fell in love with coaching at the beginning of the pandemic and have been involved in it ever since. And outside of that, I'm a mom to a really cool 4-year-old and been married for almost 7 years in about a month. And yeah, just big fun life.
That's
Love it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool because I feel like we jumped right into like getting you settled into the gym and like the coaching aspect. I don't really even know a whole lot about you or you, me, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we can just kind of sit down and chat, but that's awesome. So badass mom, wife, coach.
Yeah, and then outside of here and mom and wife and all that stuff, I'm a health coach for a company called Wild Health as well. It all kind of lines up with everything that I love, health and wellness and just helping build better humans. That's really kind of what I've grown to fall in love with as I've gotten older. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here. And also, yeah, I get to know you too. Like we've spent like the last 2 weeks-ish together, like shadowing classes and just like getting set up. And now we actually get to like sit down and chat, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, health, wellness. I think that's what brings everybody here in terms of people that are part of the OxFit team that work, that coach. It's just a desire to help people and make them better. I mean, my background, I was a nurse for 2 years out of college. And I did it because I loved helping people, but there was something missing. And I think I've found that in the health and fitness industry and more specifically OxFit. It's just such a great community. And I really do feel like I make an impact in, helping people get ahead of the game when it comes to their health. And I'm sure you see a lot of that in your other job, maybe people that have let it go a little bit too far. And now we're not talking prevention, we're just talking a curative space. But I love living and working and helping people in the preventative stage of all the things that can happen to us.
Yeah. And it's one of those things too. It's like, I think sometimes we get so bogged down with, you have to do all these very, very complicated, advanced, like almost inaccessible things to take care of yourself and build this full, fun, fit life for yourself. But really it comes down to like root cause stuff, like making sure you're moving well, eating well, how are you sleeping, how are you managing your stress, all these things. And I do see a lot of people who have put those things on the back burner for a long time, but then I see people who come in here every single day and are doing the best things that they can for themselves, not only inside the hour of class, but also just like also inside of or outside of that class too. Like the other 23 hours of their day, they're really passionate about taking care of themselves. And it's really cool to be a part of a team that is so bought into that process and into that just method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our goal here. I mean, we say it all the time. It's a catchphrase, happy, healthy, harder to kill. But that's the end goal, right? We want you to feel good about yourself, to be happy. We want you to have longevity and be healthy and just be harder to kill. And that's what you do by coming here to OxFit.
Yeah. And I love that hard to kill too. And I think so much of it too is like, we want to be hard to kill, and like you don't want to have you don't want to die before you want to,
right?
Theoretically too. But it's also about like, how are those years of your life like built out? Like you can be the fittest, the healthiest, the most like stress minimized person who sleeps the best and all of those things. But I think at the end of the day too, it's about how do you spend that time? How do you utilize like those like pieces of yourself, you know, like what does it allow you to do? What does it allow you to give to other people? And what does it allow you to create? Because we're not meant to do this whole life thing alone. You don't want to like put it all on the wayside, and you want to give what you create for yourself and like give it to other people. And I think that's the kind of the in-between part of it all that is really, really the most important too.
Yeah. No, I love that, like using what you create for yourself to kind of help other people. So no, that's awesome. So that's your passion, is helping other people achieve wellness. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, and I think, helping people like build, I always come back to the phrase of like building better humans, like not only from the fitness and wellness space, but also just like from the foundation of who you are. Like, how do you live your life? How do you handle challenges? Like, how do you just approach the day in, day out of your life? And it's health and wellness, but it's also about like mentality and just being, how do you evolve those things, you know? So yeah, it's what I love to do. Similar to you, like I initially went to school I was a communications major, and then I don't know, kind of just like fell by the wayside with that. And then a few years later, I thought, like I'll do nursing. Like it totally makes sense. Like I want to help people. I got to microbiology, that final prerequisite, and I was like, this is 100% not it. So that was kind of the initial pivot into coaching. But yeah, it's been a fun, really amazing experience, grateful experience ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say, you being a coach here at OxFit, what is like the tangible resource that you want members to know you have for them outside of just going to Coach Whitney's class? Yeah.
I think tangible resources, like if you have questions about like sleeping, if you have questions about how do I manage my stress, if you have questions about like how to create like structures and routines and frameworks for yourself that are going to optimize your health and help you live the values of OxFit, like I love providing that insight to people. I spend a lot of time working with people, helping them figure out their sleep routines and helping them create plans and schedules for themselves to have the health that they want and to build the life that they want. And then outside of that, I think I always try to be as transparent as possible with people, like, and I really try to meet you where you are. So if you come in and you're just having maybe not like the best day for whatever reason, because it happens to all of us, I want you to feel like when you come into my class that you can bring that to me. Like, hey, XYZ is going on, or I'm feeling this particular way because of whatever the case may be. Like, just like checking in and letting you know, because that's stuff that I want to know, because it allows me as a coach to create the best experience for you as an athlete, and then also help you feel successful and hold space for wherever you are in that particular moment to move through it. And so if you have like health specific stuff, bring it. I'm down. I'm always there to talk about that stuff. But if you also have just some life stuff going on, because we all do, you know, like bring that too. Like I want you to feel like you can talk to me about those kinds of things in class. Yeah.
I think a lot of, I mean, it's not unique to this gym, but our members do use this as an outlet, which I love. And I mean, I don't like seeing people stressed, but it makes me feel good to know people walk in like, man, it's been one of those days, I need this. And it's like, I love that they know that this is their outlet to get that good sweat in, get a good workout, be around people that are just a positive energy, and they know that that's going to make them feel better, is just an awesome feeling.
Yeah. And then like and then class ends, and best case scenario, you've pivoted around whatever it is that you came in with, you know, and that's the beauty of having communities like this and being part of communities like this, is that you can come in however you are, but that hour could be the turning point for your entire day and reorient your outlook for the rest of the day. And that's the best part, I think, is the power that class and community and coaching has. It's just, the outcomes can be pretty fantastic. Yeah.
So what, more specifically to OxFit, you've coached, I don't know, probably like what, 5 or 6 classes so far. You've been around for like a week. What are your first impressions? What are you thinking?
Man, this place is so cool. It's like, it's evident the amount of hard work that you and Ant and the entire staff here has put in. This community is super tight knit. Like when I came in and I very much felt like, not like stranger danger, but I'm like, hi, like I'm this very brand new face, and everyone's like, who are you? But it's because y'all's community is so tight, and like that was the part that blew me away so much. It reminded me so much of where I first learned how to coach in South Carolina. Tight knit community, really invested, passionate, high quality coaching, and just, I mean, a wonderful facility that is well taken care of, like from top to down. I was just like, yep, this was a very easy choice. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we're really, we're all just so proud to work here, and we love coming here every day, and I am excited because I think you're going to hopefully feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's just such a great place to wake up and know that that's where you get to go to work. And yeah, and the community's awesome, and I've heard people ask Ant, like, how did you do it? Like, how do you create such a great environment? And his answer, since I've met him, his answer has always been the same. It's the name game. It's not complicated. It's making sure everyone knows each other's name. And it's true. It completely changes the class.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to gyms where I've walked in and everyone knows I'm new. I know I'm new. I know you all know each other. So why aren't you like getting to know me?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can, and I saw, you experience it. If there's a new person in class, everyone's like, hi, what's your name? My name is this. Hi, how are you? My name is this. And because they know they need to know each other. So yeah, super awesome place.
Yeah. It's simple stuff like playing the name game and fist bumps and just checking in with each other. That's the kind of stuff that really builds meaningful like relationships with people, and y'all have been doing that since the beginning, and that's why OxFit has become what it is.
Yeah, super grateful, and we want to see more of these guys open up, so hopefully that's in the future.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I've got to ask this because if Caitlin listens to this podcast, she's going to be mad if I don't. I need you to describe your favorite meal.
My favorite meal.
Yeah, not like a hypothetical meal, like a meal you have had that has been like the best meal of your life.
Oh, wow.
One of the best. You don't have to pick just one.
So, my family is big on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Like I have a huge family, so I have 2 big brothers. My dad is one of 5, so I have a ton of uncles, and they all have kids, and like everyone lives here in Atlanta pretty much. And we always throw down for Thanksgiving, and I have to say, it's a classic Thanksgiving meal. Like,
really,
it's my brother does an amazing turkey. He like brines it for like 4 days, and
so you've got your meat and you've got your sides.
I got meats and sides on top of sides. It's like a big plate experience.
Okay. Do you do dressing or stuffing? I have very strong opinions about this.
Oh, now I'm really nervous. So we do stuffing.
Okay.
Wait, no, what? I don't even know what we call it. I make it, and I never know what exactly I call it.
Is it like crumbly looking, or is it compact like a casserole?
It's compact.
Okay, so it's dressing.
Okay, yeah. So formally, yes, dressing. So stuffing, yeah, tends to be a little more like soft and...
Stuffing is trash. It's dry and it's crumbly, and it's something they do up north, and I don't get it. Dressing's
is where it's at.
Legit.
Yeah.
If it's
like
done
sage,
right.
Sausage, like...
And it's like kind of moist. Love Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We always have... It's like literally 25, 30 people at my brother's house for Thanksgiving every year. That's definitely...
That's
top
it.
meal. Yeah.
Are your siblings, did they follow a similar path to you? Do they have the same passions about like health and working out, or?
Yeah. Our family health history is like full of like cardiovascular risk. And so my dad actually had triple bypass surgery like 2.5 years ago, very suddenly. And that was a very big like wake up call for us. And so we're all very like diehard fitness, wellness people.
Mm-hmm.
My second oldest brother, my middle brother, he lives down in Miami. He's a physical therapist. My oldest brother is up in Sandy Springs. He works from pharmaceutical sales, but is like, if anyone like held the standard for all of us, it's my oldest brother. Like wakes up at like 5 a.m., works out every day with his 2 kids, like clockwork kind of guy. And we've all really followed suit with that and have done all the fitness and all the wellness. So yeah, it runs in the family for us for sure. At least in the 3 of us.
Yeah, that's awesome that you guys get to share that.
Yeah.
I know my mom and sister, we're all like really into the same stuff, but the rest of my family, it thinks we're psychotic.
Yeah.
They every time they see videos of me working out, or we just did that competition, they're like, "Oh, don't hurt yourself. Be careful. That's too heavy." I was like, "Well, it's not, but okay."
Yeah. I think I showed my video. I showed a video to my dad of like, what did I do? I squat cleaned like 215 or something, and he was like, I squat cleaned like 215, and he was like, "But what about your knees? Why are you going so heavy?" He's like, "Dad, because it's fun and it's gonna be okay, and I know how to do it." Like, it's funny how that shift is. I'm grateful that shift is happening, like with fitness and just being strong, and like lifting weights. But yeah, we still have to fight those battles. Like, it's gonna be okay,
right?
Like,
especially for women too.
Oh my God, yeah.
There's such like at least in my family, it was like you work out to stay trim until you get married. And then it's just like a free-for-all. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, same. I mean, I think that, yeah, and like, I think that's been like the biggest learning experience was being fit prior to having my daughter and then having her. And then it's like, no, like this is still super important to me. Like functional fitness is like this integral part of my life. And so like getting back into that and then having that experience of like, what do you mean? You're like, hardcore working out and like all this stuff and like you just became a mom and like all these things and I'm like, because it's good for me and it's good for her too, like modeling that behavior. And like I haven't brought her to OxFit yet. I think I'm gonna bring her on Saturday or Sunday to the Sunday service thing at EAB. But yeah, it's like you got to model that behavior because otherwise it's gonna be the same like cyclical stuff over and over and over again, especially for women. It's like no, like you're a strong human. Like, you can do hard things. Like, I tell her that all the time. It's like, you have strong muscles. You can do hard things. Like, just keep trying and you're going to fail and try again and do more. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's been probably the most rewarding piece of being a parent and being in the health and wellness space is teaching and instilling those values that I kind of had to learn on my own and my brothers as well, and instilling that into my daughter and my nieces and nephews and everyone. So it's really cool.
Just setting them up for success. Yeah, I think it's been really cool. We've tried to open up as many opportunities as we can for our members to kind of do the same thing. Lauren, who you met briefly before they went on vacation, but she started recently a Mommy and Me class on Sundays. Yeah. So it gives people a chance to come in with their kids and not just like, you work out and I'm going to sit here and watch you. It's like, no, it's like we do it together.
You're part of the process.
Which I think is cool for parents too, to learn how to create an approachable workout that can be done with your kid. It doesn't always have to be like my workout and your workout. It can really be done together. Because kids don't want kid stuff. They want to do what the grown-ups do.
No, this is like a playground for kids too. Like every time I bring my daughter to a gym, it's like she's like taking out foam rollers and like she's hanging on the ring rows and doing all the things. It's like this is fun for them. And somewhere along the way we're taught that gyms aren't fun and that working out isn't fun. And so I'm glad that people are starting to shift back into like, no, this is fun. Like, have fun. That's what it's meant to be. Not
take it too seriously. And I really try to instill that in our teens too. Aunt and I have talked about this. They get so much pressure everywhere in sports. And I mean, I'm sure you felt this way. Like at some point, sports just I wasn't having fun anymore because it was stressful and I had to do it exactly right or it wasn't going to work and all this stuff. But no, I want to teach kids, teens, and the adults that come into class that we don't need to take it so seriously. You just need to have a good time and do what I say, basically, but I'm not going to make you take it too seriously. At the end of the day, we're just going to get a good workout, and that'll be that.
Yeah. It was volleyball through, I think, ninth grade through graduating from college. Like, it truly felt like a full-time job. And I was like, by the end of it, I was like, cool, I'm all set. And I very deeply need something else. Like, I don't think I've touched a volleyball in probably 4 years.
Yeah.
3-4 years. I'm just like, I'm good.
People ask me all the time everyone's always short a girl for an intramural soccer league. And I'm like, no, I really don't. I don't own a pair of cleats anymore. I haven't touched a soccer ball since I left college, I think. Same as you. And you may have felt this as well. I, did high school, college sports. I thought I knew how to work out, but when I stopped playing an organized sport, I realized I had no clue how to work out.
I remember the first time I walked into a gym, like, post-college, and I was like,
what do I do?
I literally had no idea what to do.
No.
I was like, oh.
And you think I gained weight very fast because I didn't realize how much work I was putting in when I was at practice.
What, 3 hours of running up and down the field all day?
Right. What? You mean to tell me if I stop doing that, I might gain a little bit of weight?
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, that transition, that's something that I feel like a lot of student athletes don't talk about or just are, like, kind of taught in general. It's like, hey, like, at some point, this is going to end, and what you've been doing for the last 10 plus years of your life is not normal. And you're going to have to assimilate into a whole new realm. So it's great to have, like, group classes like what we have here to just, like, kind of like, hey, like, do you just need some instructions and someone to tell you what to do? This is the perfect fit.
And feel like you're still on a team.
Exactly.
Like, I loved going to the weight room with the soccer team and goofing off and doing workouts. And you get the same vibe here by coming to class. So yeah, that's great advice. If there's anyone out there that just stopped playing a college sport, whether you know it or not, you don't know how to work out. And you need to come find a class that tells you what to do.
Yes. Everyone needs a coach.
Yeah.
And sometimes you forget, but come to a group class and it'll be okay.
Yeah. And it's cool because you can always spot someone who used to be an athlete, even in a workout. Like, if you look around the room, I would be like, what sport did you play in high school? You can just tell by, like, the way they move. Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah. Usually have to remind them to take it down a notch in the workout, and they're not gonna lose anything if they.
Like, it's okay. You don't have to go hard in the paint.
Right.
Like, on the very first day.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna make you go do suicide sprints outside if you don't finish this workout.
Yeah. If you get capped, it's okay. There's no punishment after. You don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to run stadiums or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I've watched you coach. Your classes are a blast. I think you have a lot of good energy. If you had to describe an OxFit class with Coach Whitney, what are a few words that would describe that class?
That's really funny. I want to say it's this, like, kind of like tough mom love kind of vibe. Like, I have a really loud voice. My voice carries really far across the room. It's really bass heavy, so you're going to always hear me talking no matter where you are. So you can't hide from me. I will find you. But I will coach you in a way that is the most supportive way possible. Like, everyone's very different. And so I try to find the best way that you like to be cued and coached and encouraged as well. And so I want all my classes to feel very personalized and very intentional. Like, yes, I'm going to try and, like, push you to be a little bit better, or, like, make the harder but more valuable, or maybe the more, change-provoking choice, if you will, inside of a workout. But at the same time, it's like, hey, like, let's try this instead. Like, I'm going to meet you where you are and be like, how's this feeling? Expect me to come, like, in between intervals and be like, hey, how'd that last set feel? What's your goal this time? Like, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? Like, do you need to make any adjustments? Like, I always want to have a dialogue with people just to help people think through stuff. So yeah, it's very tough mom love, but, like, I'm there for you. Like, I'm not going to just leave you out to dry, and I want to see you be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tough mom love's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. And
good
I need to get the love part sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I'm sometimes a little bit of a dick in class, but I know who I can be that way too.
I'd say, yeah, like there's people who you can be like super like hard ass with, and then there's folks who you have to like kind of get on their level and like be softer and just not necessarily softer, but like just take a more intimate approach with like, hey, like let's try this instead versus like, yo, give me full range of motion.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
right.
There's people that you can call out from the other side of the room, and then there's other people where you have to like get up in their face to, and that's okay.
Yeah, and we know.
Yeah.
The coaches know. We know who wants to be pushed and who doesn't, so don't be scared.
And I'm new, so if I get it wrong, I'm sorry, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out together. That's the other thing too. If I get it wrong, let me know. Like, if you don't like the way that I said it, tell me, because I'm not going to be better as a coach and create a better experience for you if I don't know how the experience felt from your side.
We all need feedback.
Yeah. We all need feedback.
All the time.
Always. Yes.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, new to the OxFit team.
Woo.
I'm really excited.
I'm pumped.
Podcast down, coaching classes, working out with the team.
We're out there.
How's that been going? You've worked out with us a few times now.
Yeah. Y'all are really fast. Like, I am, like, the strong person. Like, I, like, yeah, let's lift some weights. Like, absolutely. These 30-minute AMRAP stuff?
We're in an endurance cycle,
I know,
baby.
And I need to work on my endurance. But, dang.
Don't worry. In the spring, Olympic lifting will come back around, and we'll be lifting weights for 3 hours again. Not a Metcon in sight. Not a workout in sight. Just lifting.
I can do Metcons, but it's like I'm built for like the 12 to 20 minute AMRAP.
No, ma'am.
Metcon. We're like 35 plus.
Wait till Ant comes back and he busts out with a 2-hour workout on a Thursday. That's happened quite a few times and it's been awesome.
I'm just gearing up. I'm just trying to keep up right now. But no, it's actually really fun. Y'all have some good stuff in here. So I need to work on my endurance anyway. So perfect timing.
All right. Right place. Endurance cycle. Baseline week is this week. Just wrapping that up. Speaking of some long workouts. And then next week is week 1, which means we're going to get right to work. Getting these people in shape. Getting some of us ready for triathlons. Some people are getting ready for marathons. A lot of people have got some really cool goals, stuff we're working on. So excited you're here. I'm excited for the members to get to take your classes. Yeah. You're all over the board at Grant Park, so no matter what time of day you come to class, you're going to get a class with Whitney at least 1 or 2 times a week, which is great. Sure. But hell yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.